Mike is going to talk to us about a story about devices morphing into services and how the article's not very good, but it's an interesting question. And today's not so critical update.
Yeah, that's exactly my conclusion. The article's really not very good. So I think we see this in our lives, right? There's talk about Windows 10 becoming a subscription service, so it's not something that you own. I think it happens a little bit less with smartphones. It used to actually happen a lot more with smartphones, where you'd kind of get the smartphone really cheap in exchange for having a long-term contract with the phone company. In this case, the article's talking specifically about Apple. It mentioned Samsung, but it's not so much about it being a service as right to repair. And the argument that you're making is yes, that the article makes is yes, they're moving towards right to repair, but it's still cost prohibitive and very difficult to do. So I'm not totally clear on how they're tying that back to a service. I do have other examples of that, but do you see that connection, John?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I can see basically what I'm seeing is when the subscription model, I believe it started with Netflix, but Spotify really took over when it comes to paying for something. And I believe Spotify was kind of the paradigm shift from purchasing CDs, records, MP3s on iTunes to paying for a right just to listen, right? You do not own a copy of an artist's song. And then that obviously kind of exploded with we now have Prime, Netflix, of course, Hulu, HBO. Everyone has switched to a subscription service. This is software. This is not hardware. So what we've been seeing, what I believe is happening, is Apple, Apple, Windows, Apple, Microsoft, and Google have all taken a stab at this in one way or another. And I think the trick for them to slowly ease us into a full subscription based model for not only software but hardware as well is to take the weight off of the machine. For example, iCloud. Why ship a device with so much storage the user doesn't need iCloud when we can give them 64 gigs on the base model and lure them with iCloud? Right? You get 100 gigs on us, but you need more because you're addicted to taking Snapchat photos or whatever the fuck. I don't know. And so you surpass 100, you run out of space. Yeah, exactly right. Damn, Peter, that
You like
was
that,
good.
don't you?
You were on it.
Yeah. I've been
I do
practicing.
like it. That was very nice. And oh, Peter, you're ticking.
Oh yeah, getting things off the device, trying to reduce the, I guess, footprint of the device by moving more of that into the cloud.
Starting with
Snapchats.
That's right. So yeah, I think they're
Ooh, yeah.
I'll edit that out, but we'll have a jump because of a technical problem. So John was making a great point. We interrupted his flow, and now we'll see if he can get back on that horse. Go.
Yes. So the big three, Google, Microsoft, Apple, they're shifting it away from they're shifting ownership away, starting with cloud solutions like what's Microsoft's OneDrive, Google's Google Drive, and Apple's iCloud. And slowly but surely, we're gonna see. I believe we're gonna see CPUs being rented out, and we're already seeing this with various virtual desktops being provided, and eventually, I think that's going to be a whole replacement for offices instead of, which is both a good and a bad thing. If you're looking at an enterprise and all you have to provide your employees are AR headsets that are the size of your guys' sunglasses or glasses, then that's not bad. If the latency is good, then great. But for now, yeah, I think we're gonna slowly but surely see all of our hardware be sort of rented back to us, and we really will be using these tiny ultrabooks like Chromebook like devices.
Oh, I love it.
Um,
I love
I
it.
hate it.
I worked at an
No
IT
thanks.
company that specialized in cloud computing, and that's exactly what we would do. We'd spin up virtual desktops, or I don't know, virtual desktop, remote desktop. I don't know what it was. I think it was VDI.
Right.
But you could access it on a tablet, you could access it on a laptop, you could access it on a PC at your home. It was amazing. I loved it. There are limitations if you're trying to do gaming or streaming or something like that, but
Yeah,
in an office
exactly.
environment, it's amazing. I
Tailscale.
Sure,
do
yeah.
that every single time.
What'd you say?
Anyway, Tailscale. It enables that sort of interconnectedness, not the desktop side of things. I find it very interesting how you got from Spotify to a dystopian future where we don't own anything anymore. I like that. Very good. Good train of, logic.
But it is going to, and it's not even it is going to, it is happening now. We are slowly but surely shedding ownership of everything. And is that okay? Is that not okay? That's up to you, right?
I'm
like
fine
as
with
a
that.
consumer,
Really?
I personally like
Mostly.
owning my hardware and my software. I don't want to subscribe to something that will one day go kaboom and implode, and now I lose. This was the classic argument of where was it? Was it iTunes? I think
Yeah,
that
tons of
ended up
things about it.
licensing you music, and then all of people, or like Microsoft's music that just vanished,
Anything Google.
losing petabytes of data.
I think to me though, it makes like if the ongoing subscription service makes sense, then yeah, I'm totally on board with that. Like a phone, I could totally see I have to buy the phone service and the hardware is included with that. That makes total sense to me. I'm actually surprised they don't still do that. Other cases, and all my examples are either going to be about streaming or about exercise equipment, because that's the only thing I pay attention to. But there's fitness trackers. Aura Ring is the one that comes to mind because they just switched their model or switched their business model so that it'll only work if you have this subscription service at $6 or $7 a month. You have to buy this $300 ring, and then you have to pay $7 a month to be able to use it. But the subscription doesn't add anything to the functionality of the ring over what you could do with the previous version, just buying it outright. And that's the kind of stuff that really annoys me.
But that's what it's going to happen, is because obviously it is more valuable for a company to create a subscription-based model than a one-time purchase model.
There's limitations.
But then just give me the hardware.
On the whole business model, though, I think, okay, first of all, we should point out that this was what we wanted a long time ago. But,
I didn't want this.
No. I'm talking about how when MP3s were invented, and how recording companies couldn't get their act together to actually release anything in a digital format that was easily accessible and easy to buy. And then Spotify kept, Napster was a big thing, and everybody was pirating MP3s. And everybody was like, yeah, but, I'd buy it if I could, or I'd pay for it if I could. And then finally someone like Spotify came along and actually provided the service, and we got what we asked for. Same with streaming movies. Piracy has gone down a lot. Actually, a great article I read. Yes, it has. There's been studies done that when the big streaming platforms came out, not live streaming, but the streaming movies, piracy just tanked 50%.
I heard the piracy's on the up and up.
It is, and you know why? Because now it's there are too many choices now.
Not you, John. Just generally.
I don't know. I don't pirate things. I pay for my movies. Still DVDs, Blu-ray.
I pay for me movies.
I don't think this is exactly what you were saying, Peter, but I was a relatively early adopter of Google. I don't think it was even Google Music. I think it was Google Play at the time. I uploaded my entire CD collection. Over time, got rid of the CDs. Yeah. Now I can't get high quality downloads of my music library back.
Right. Okay.
So I'm stuck, which sucks.
But it's not a fundamental issue of the service rental thing. It's just a fundamental issue of the crappy service that Google provided. If they had fixed that, you would then be happy. It's not like the fact that...
Well, it is insane that they cannot provide... What is it? It's a bit rate difference. Is the quality is lower of the MP3s or whatever.
But
Yeah,
even like if I try and download the library using Google's like they have their download tools where you can download
Right.
everything. The files come out with weird names. They're not sorted by albums. It's just like a huge hassle.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess Peter's maybe right.
Go on. Say it. Yes. Yes.
Peter is absolutely right in this one very specific case.
I also think Peter is right with the whole, you know, we wanted this, and then a company came and provided it. But that wasn't actually a solution. I think that they've just now created an even bigger problem for people like me, at least, that Spotify, well, okay, actually on multiple fronts, we should be discussing this. These subscription models and subscription services, all they do is fuck the creator, right?
Okay.
There's never been a point in time where, no, this is new though. This is like relatively new.
Record labels
in terms of decades.
earn all the money. I mean,
but how is it that musicians have never made less from their own music?
Really? Is that true?
Yes, that is true. Spotify pays you like, I forget what it is, 2 cents per listen.
I mean, you could argue that's better than nothing.
Okay, and it's a lower barrier to entry. You could still also get a record deal. Or we're saying that because of Spotify, that's kind of invalidated.
Well, everything is now invalidated. Record deal or no record deal.
I actually don't have a lot of sympathy for this.
I don't know because I don't know enough about
I would say, so yeah, the business model changed. I get that. It sucks if you're an artist. There are still ways to make money, like go tour, go perform live. Like it's just a different business model.
For sure, musicians also, for the longest time ever, to this day, they make the most music or money when they tour. That's a known thing. That's how they make majority of their income. It's not through selling records. It is through touring and selling tickets.
And I suppose there's an argument to be made that there's another kind of content creator that, like, you know, streamers and there's different kinds of artists these days.
Yeah, but streamers don't get paid per view.
No,
streamers are. Oh, I guess what you're maybe saying is that things are changing.
Well, yes, but I mean that's a very vague statement. So you know, I'd like to be a bit more specific than that. But
a bold declaration.
Yeah, you know what, guys? Things are changing.
Times are moving.
Yeah, I don't like it, but it's happening.
That's right.
Yeah,
you heard it here.
We need to do another segment on subscription models. It sounds like this is a surprisingly controversial topic.
Yeah, I'm not happy with it.
Okay, right. I'd love to dig into that more. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll find that article that told me about the piracy rates.
Yeah, for sure. That's what we can cover.
John, you find the article about
piracy,
how much? No.
Oh, Spotify paying artists.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure. I'll find it.
And let's fight.
Yeah, we'll duke it out for sure.
Okay. Yeah.